Hey gang, your boy Meek here. It is Tuesday. Had a pretty good day today. Started feeling kind of weird this morning, but it's all good. Overcame it, did what I had to do, made it happen. It was a pretty good day overall. Excited about all that's going on, man. Super productive. Shout out to the winners over at Elite BNI, man. We just had our newest member come on today. She's a workforce trainer, so they have resources for workforce and stuff like that. So excited about helping small businesses in this area. So super excited about that. So shout out to Elite BNI over at Creative Consulting and Marketing Group, creativecmg.com, giving away a $1,000 marketing course. That's pretty cool stuff. Still looking for 3 people to make some additional money before Christmas. Your time's running out. It's cool. If you don't want any extra money for Christmas, don't worry about it. But if you are looking for some, your time is actually running out. We got 2 bonuses that end. Well, I'm sorry, 1 bonus that ends in 2 days, and then we got the rest of the bonuses that you can get. But time is going to tick away before Christmas. Like that bonus that ends in 2 days is actually going to be paid out on the 20th, so you can have the money right before Christmas. Like how cool is that? But if that's not for you, that's cool. No big deal. I'll keep cashing checks, and I'll keep getting myself Christmas presents. No big deal. So excited about all that kind of stuff, man. Over at shopme.com, man, we're helping a tremendous amount of people get access to the justice system, man, equal access. It's so crazy. That's actually going to bring me to my topic for today. It's going to bring me to my topic for today. I normally don't go all in on my service like this, but I'm going to go in on it, man. It was crazy. So of course, I'm president of Elite BNI. Shout out to them winners. And I'm honored to be that way. But the good thing about BNI, right, because I know some people say stuff, whether they've been in different networking groups. I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, there's different versions of groups out there. There's different levels of networking. You got some people that are doing the after work happy hour thing, and that's cool if that's the level that you prefer to do. Some people do luncheon, some people do chambers, stuff like this. But there's tremendous value in being part of a system, right? Because systems save significant time, energy, and money, right? So there's value in being part of a system, and there's also value in being part of a professional networkers, right? Because there's a big difference between just after work happy hour type stuff and where people start to get together. Like I've been to so many networking meetings in my time where people just say, "Oh man, we're coming together, we're networking." Y'all ain't networking. Y'all just getting together and drinking. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. Nobody strategized on nothing. Nobody put no daggone money on the table. Nobody connected nobody with nobody. Y'all was just sitting around hanging out, having fun, and wondering why your business won't grow. I did not mean to go down that road, but here I am. But anyway, so that was kind of cool. So one of the things that we have in our system is something that we call a one-to-one. Something that we call a one-to-one. What does that mean, right? So one person gets together with another person and they strategize very specifically an action plan to develop more business for each other. That is something that we do as part of my networking group. So I'm excited about that, right? So that's what I spend my time doing, right? Because you never know the one connection that can take your business to the next level. So I do these one-to-ones with different people, and I'm honored to be able to do them with all people all across the country. I mean, it's really cool that way. So anyway, this morning I was connecting with a personal injury attorney, right? He's been practicing for, I think he said, 15 years or so. 15 years he's been practicing, and it was so crazy because I didn't even get a chance to explain what we do over at shopmeet.com. I didn't get a chance to explain it, right? He had kind of already done his research on what we do. Of course, I sent him my information before we met so he can kind of check it out, stuff like this, man. But we had a really good conversation, and it was so crazy. He was almost borderline a raving fan before I got there. I'll say that again, he was almost borderline a raving fan before I got there. Now, this guy is credible. He's part of the Virginia, he's of course licensed in Virginia and all that kind of stuff. He's on like the Virginia bar. He does like the, he lobbies. I mean, this guy is like out there. Like he's a real deal, Holyfield kind of guy. He's not like the BS lawyer with the baggy pants and stuff like this. He's a dude that's been around the block, and he gets his clients paid. I mean, that's just what he does, right? He's good at what he does, right? Super responsive. I mean, he's a winner's winner. That's why he made it in our network, because quite frankly, it's just not for everybody. But I say all that to say this. It's crazy because you talk to some people and you tell them about being proactive and protective, and they're just like, "Oh, no, I'm good. I don't need another bill. Oh, the COVID's here and this, that, and the third." You make all these excuses about why you can't protect your family. You make all these excuses why you can't protect your family. Oh, man, well, my cousin had that service. My uncle's nephew's roommate, aunt's uncle with the daggone mustache and the house slippers and all this kind of stuff had the service. And one time the attorney did this and this, that, and the third. It was from 1973 when my cousin had it as an employee benefit and Zamunda or whatever, right? All these excuses, right? All these excuses why they don't protect their family, right? And then you see them post up on Facebook and like life is happening to them and they just getting whooped in a big, big way. And then so you hear all these opinions, right? And so this is why I always tell people, be careful who you listen to, because people speak from a level of experience and they speak from their paradigm through the lens that they have been indoctrinated with, right? So they have this lens that they see stuff through, their paradigm that they see stuff through, and that's what they speak through, right? So those people that say all those things about, you know, whether affordable legal access, affordable access to the justice system, right? Like, how can you be a brown person in America and think there's something wrong with affordable access to the justice system? Like, if you think about that, that's insane, right? You watch all these people getting shot by the cops on the news. You watch all these companies treat black and brown people disproportionately, unequally, and you see all this stuff in the marketplace. You see businesses treat them wrong. You see all this kind of stuff. We'll march, we'll wear T-shirts, we'll print up all this stuff, we'll post on Facebook, but when it comes time to get in the fight, we go like this. No, man, it's cool, man, but the COVID, I don't know. I say all this to say they're seeing that stuff through their paradigm, right? They really just want to complain. They don't want to do anything about it. Now, part of the reason I got involved with ShopMe.com, part of the reason I started that thing was because and I've told stories on there before, but I've been disproportionately stopped by police officers. I've been treated unfairly by companies, businesses, people, or whatever else. And I wrote some pretty big checks to attorneys. I mean, that's just something I've had to do with my time, and it wasn't fun. And I encourage people to get proactive and protect the things that they value the most with our membership. And if you haven't done it, go on over to shopme.com and do it now. Now, moving forward, what was I here to talk about, right? Be careful about the people that you listen to and their perspective, right? Because I was speaking with this prominent attorney. This morning, and the gentleman said, oh man, I am a big fan of what you guys do. Now, I personally don't have it. I mean, obviously I'm an attorney, and and I have access to a bunch of attorneys because our firm has a bunch of attorneys. I mean, we got like 12 attorneys, 8 to 12. I think he said 8. I'm sorry. He said I got like 8 attorneys or whatever in my office. So I don't really think that I need it, even though I'm inclined to disagree with him. Because we actually have attorney generals that are members of our service. I mean, how cool is that? But anyway, I'm not being argumentative. Okay, cool, no big deal. Wasn't here to sell him. Was here to generate business for the both of us. That's what I was here to do, right? I try to create win-win situations. So we're going through this whole thing, and the gentleman says, "Man, what you do is so important. What you do is so important, right?" Because he said, "I realized that you may not use your service for like a $300,000 litigation or something like this, but what you do use your service for is tremendous. Like the average person doesn't have a will." He said, "I'll be honest, I'm an attorney, I do wills," right? He said, "I'm an attorney, I do wills, and I didn't even do my will until 2 years ago." Like, how crazy is that? I've been practicing law for like 15 years, right? And haven't even done his own will until 2 years ago. Like, how crazy is that? He said, so the average Joe absolutely doesn't have their will done. 9 out of 10 people don't have their will done. And the most people that come in here, like, they can't afford to get their package done. So that's why what you do is super important. And I was telling them, I said, look, I tell all my members, go ahead and get your will package done, because you do your will, your medical power of attorney, your financial power of attorney, and no additional cost to your membership, right? That's just part of the package that we give you. If you only do that, you can't even get the you can pay for years of your membership just by doing that one thing. And if you, God forbid, if you use the member perks, Jesus, you will get tremendous amounts of value, just like I do every single year. Like, I was telling him about that kind of stuff, and he was tripping. He was like, yeah. He was like, because I charge $3,000 to do this stuff. Did you hear what I just said? He said, I charge $3,000 to this stuff. He said, well, how much is your basic membership? I said, $24.95. He said, they're stupid if they don't get it. This is a prominent attorney. He said they're stupid if they don't get it. And really what you need it for is when life happens and you do stupid stuff, like you get speeding tickets and stuff like this. Why would you sit there and go fight a speeding ticket? Why would you take all, and this is the attorney. I wish I could have taped this, but we don't do it, right? So he was like, it's dumb. Like, why would I waste time out of my day to go fight a speeding ticket? Why would I do that? It doesn't even make sense when I can have like a plan like yours to go do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I was like, yeah, I know. And then he was telling me, he was like, yeah, so to get your wheel package, you save $3,000 and you get it at no additional cost. He said, yeah, that's just a no-brainer. He was like, that's years worth of premium, right? Just for doing one thing, and you get to do it over and over again. Like if something changes, you can do it next year, right? I'm like, yeah. He was almost like he was selling me. He was like, yeah, that's good. And he was like, so if you have a question or something like this, all you have to do is call in, right? You just call in, you can ask any question. He was like, yeah. He said that alone is kind of like a retainer. He said most people don't even understand what a retainer is, and the most people that talk about it don't even use it right. But basically, it's paying so that you can have access to ask questions or come get you in the middle of the night, stuff like this, right? And I was like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I said, this is kind of like the retainer for the average Joe. He was like, wow, I like that, right? He was like, man, I see tremendous value in what you do. And this is so crazy because, again, this is a practicing attorney for over 15 plus years. And then you got Joe Blow, Bonquisha, who was talking crap about the service. Well, my cousin's roommate had it one time in the 3rd grade, right? So be careful who you listen to, right? Because here's the thing. Everybody has a daggone comment, but not everybody has fruit on the tree. So who would you rather listen to? Would you rather listen to Bonquisha or Uncle Joe or your broke cousin in the basement? Or would you rather listen to a practicing attorney for 15 plus years say that he thought it was a good idea? Right? You see what I'm saying? Because he was even telling me that some of his partners in his firm have actually participated in the different types of plans that are out there for offer. He was like, by far, I think yours is the best. But I've seen colleagues of mine that have actually participated in some of these things, and I think it's awesome that they do it because ordinarily a lot of people wouldn't be able to have access to the justice system like the way that you do it. Right? And I was just like floored because I ain't gonna lie, like sometimes when I sit down with attorneys and stuff like this, they normally give me a little bit of pushback until they figure out that really I have a tremendous amount of business to send to them. That's just what happens, right? Because people are looking to solve one thing really aren't good referrals from me, so I normally pass those on to attorneys, and I have a lot of attorney friends. That's just what I do, right? I mean, of course, being in business is super helpful. So I was just sharing that with them, but it's so crazy because how do you get something so negative from somebody who has no idea what it really does, has no idea about law, has no idea about life? And chances are people that are negative typically are not doing that well in life, so they got all this negativity and all this stuff to say, and they're the loudest people, right? But then you got somebody who's been around for 15 plus years practicing law, been through law school, on the bar, lobby. I mean, got all this kind of stuff going on, right? Who's just like, dude, this is like the best thing ever. This is the best thing since sliced bread. I know some people that I can probably connect you with, and I would love to help you, right? So who would you rather listen to? Who would you rather listen to? So I just want to say this. Sometimes people talk just to hear themselves talk because they want to sound smart. But they really don't have anything to bring to the conversation, so they just keep talking, whether it's positive, negative, or indifferent. A lot of people don't have anything to say, or anything of value to say, and they just want to sound like they have something to add to the situation when they really don't, right? A lot of times it's just fluff. It's just it's just some stuff to take up space to talk about it. They like hearing themselves talk or something like this, And I'm gonna leave it with 2 sayings, right? I'm gonna leave you with 2 sayings that I've always said, right? Number one. You gotta let negative people be negative with their negative lives and negative bank accounts, right? So some of those people that are saying all this kind of negative stuff, no matter what it's about, my industry, your business, your side business, your inside, outside business, whatever business, right? Whatever it is you gotta say. Sometimes people are gonna say stuff to you, and you gotta let negative people be negative with their negative lives and negative bank accounts. It's fine. At the end of the day, not to be whatever, at the end of the day, I go jump in my paid off car, I go jump in my nice house, I go take a shower in my nice bathroom, I lay down in my king size, $10,000 bed. I mean, this is what I do, right? And I just got to enjoy it, because if I don't do that, then I start worrying about what people think. And if you worry about what people think, that just slows you down so much. It slows you down so much. You got to let all that stuff go. And the second thing I'll leave you with is, the loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. The loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. I think Babe Ruth said that. But the point of it is that the people that ain't doing nothing going to talk the most. The people that ain't going to do nothing going to talk the most. Bonquisha, broke cousin in the basement, broke Uncle Joe, whatever. He talking all that stuff. He ain't done nothing. He in the basement, man. Dude sleeping on the floor, sleeping on other people's couches, got an opinion on your business, got an opinion on your life, got an opinion on your business plan or whatever it is you finna do. But then you got people who are out here, who are positive, who are pushing, who are getting stuff done, and they got something good to say. I'll tell you a hint, man. The more successful people I talk to, the more positive they are. The more successful people I talk to, the more positive they tend to be. That's just the way it is. So again, I'll leave you with two things, man. Well, of course, a lot of people are saying stuff because they just want to sound smart, but I'll leave you with two things. Those same two statements, and I just leave you like this. No call to action today or anything, but just wanted to share this real quick. Of course, the loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. Loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. And the second thing is, man, my favorite quote of all time is, let negative people be negative with their negative lives and their negative bank accounts. So take care, take charge. I will see you guys over the top. Don't worry about people who got something to say just because they trying to sound smart or whatever. A lot of them ain't got stuff to do. They ain't doing nothing. They have no intellect. The only success that they'll have is taking a bite out of you. So just keep doing what you're doing. Stay strong. Just keep the faith. Prosper even in the middle of a pandemic, man, because God loves you and so do I. Meek out.